Sheikh Jassim's 92 Holdings Limited was officially listed as a company in the UK yesterday, June 15. The business was incorporated by government agency Companies House on Thursday, June 15, with the Sheikh listed as one of two directors. Documents published on the Companies House website list Sheikh Jassim as an individual person with significant control of the company. He is listed as one of two directors, alongside Abdulrahman Abdullah Al-Ansari. Meanwhile, Sheikh Jassim is growing in confidence about a takeover, reports claim. This is despite Sir Jim Ratcliffe apparently flying to New York to hold in-person meetings with United representatives over the past month. Late on Thursday, reports suggested that the Glazers may still be in charge of the club when they welcome Wolverhampton Wanderers to Old Trafford on August 14, due to the approval process to be undertaken once exclusivity is granted. A process that could take 8 to 12 weeks. 22:45 George Smith. That's a wrap. We're calling time on today's Takeover blog here, folks. Thanks for joining us today, as always. We will catch you again tomorrow. 2048 Richard Fay opinion. United takeover uncertainty explains Rice stance. 1940 George Smith. Have your say in our big United survey. 1900 George Smith economics expert delivers verdict on Qatari's takeover quest. BBC economics expert Faisal Islam has delivered his verdict on the Qataris' quest to secure a full takeover at Old Trafford, saying, 1820 George Smith opinion. Glazers have another reason to give Ten Hag clarity on United takeover. 1758 Jack Flintham report. UK company launch not a sign. Sheikh Jassim is on the verge of takeover according to Ben Jacobs at Give Me Sport. 92 Holdings becoming a UK company with Sheikh Jassim named as a director, is not a sign of the Qatari banker moving close to a takeover. 1720 Jack Flintham latest United share price. Earlier today, Men Sport brought you the news about the share price at United tumbling. This appears to have stabilized somewhat now, sitting at $23.94. However, it is looking likely the stock will be down on the day. The current figure is 3.78%. 1639 Jack Flintham opinion. How Qatar takeover could alter transfer plans. There has been a huge amount of uncertainty surrounding Manchester United's summer transfer plans as takeover talks continue to take place. United are eager to get their business done early in the off-season, though that is easier said than done given the huge mitigation of the ownership situation. Erik ten Hag is still not entirely sure of what his budget will be, and therefore it is difficult to know which players to pursue when it is unclear how much money will be available. Read more from our United writer Richard Fay here. 1605 Jack Flintham report. PSG prepared to sell Mbappé to United if Sheikh Jassim takes over. According to the Mirror, PSG will be happy to sell Mbappé this summer despite him claiming he wants to stay next season. It is understood PSG's owners are determined to get a fee for him and are wanting to avoid him leaving on a free in 2024. El País has claimed Sheikh Jassim would be interested in buying the French forward should he take over United. 1526 Jack Flintham report. Qatar growing in confidence about United deal. According to Football Insider, sources close to the Middle East country are growing in confidence about Sheikh Jassim's bid winning the United takeover race. A Reuters report yesterday suggested Sheikh Jassim was set to be given exclusivity status, but this was denied by other sources close to the deal. Sheikh Jassim has vehemently denied his bid is connected to the Qatari government throughout the process. 15:03 Jack Flintham latest United share price on Thursday. United saw their share price skyrocket as reports suggested Sheikh Jassim was close to being given exclusivity rights to discuss terms with the Glazers. However, other reports suggested the process was not close to completion, which led to the share price dropping to $24.88 by close. This drop has continued today with the share price currently sitting at $23.89, a drop of 3.97% on the day. 1440 Jack Flintham everything Neville has said on the takeover. Former United captain Gary Neville has been one of the most fierce critics of the Glazers and their handling of the takeover process as a whole. With the takeover gearing up towards its conclusion, Men's Sport has taken a look at what he has said about it over the past few months. Read more here. 14:04 Isaac Johnson Sheikh Jassim and Jim Ratcliffe multi-club ownership position amid takeover bids. The Glazers put the club on the market last November, and Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani and Sir Jim Ratcliffe have long been the leading contenders. Should the latter, who owns OGC Nice, win the race to buy the club, he will need to operate under the rules of UEFA as well as the Premier League. This means, European football's governing body regulations on multi-ownership will need to be taken into account. Men's Sport has taken a look at what this means and how it will affect United's bidders. 13:34 Isaac Johnson United staff concerned about jobs amid takeover uncertainty. A report from The Guardian claims that United club staff are concerned about their job security after being told nothing about the takeover process. More than 800 people work for the club, but many fear of an uncertain future should a new owner wish to install new policies, it adds. It's understood that both Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe are waiting to hear back from the Glazers, awaiting next steps. 12:36 Isaac Johnson OGC Nice fan group furious with Sir Jim Ratcliffe amid United bid. The president of OGC Nice supporters group Club des Supporters 1947, Solange Claude, has slammed Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his board for their running of the French club amid his takeover bid for United. Speaking to The Athletic, he said, "This comes after a boycott from some supporter groups towards the end of the season." 11:52 Isaac Johnson opinion. United takeover uncertainty explains Declan Rice stance, adding the type of midfielder United want to the squad won't be easy. Regardless of United's ownership uncertainty, well-placed sources have stated that a move would have to be financed by outgoings, but a large injection of money would definitely increase the chances of landing one. United are pushing ahead with a move to sign Mason Mount despite the continued takeover saga, and Chelsea's valuation of the player is below the opening bid. West Ham have reportedly already rejected from Arsenal for his international teammate. 11 o'clock key event. Who is Abdulrahman Abdullah Al Ansari? Second man associated with Qatar bid revealed. The name of a second man associated with Sheikh Jassim's bid to buy Manchester United has been revealed. Sheikh Jassim's 9-2 Holdings Limited was officially listed as a company in the UK yesterday. The company was incorporated by government agency Companies House on Thursday, June 15, with the Sheikh listed as one of two directors. Documents published on the Companies House website list Sheikh Jassim as an individual person with significant control of the company. He is listed as one of two directors, alongside Abdulrahman Abdullah Al Ansari. 10:18 Isaac Johnson new exclusivity reports add to takeover confusion. Reports earlier this week suggested that Sheikh Jassim had been granted exclusivity takeover talks before these claims were pushed back against on Thursday. Now RMC Sport this morning claims it has received confirmation that Sheikh Jassim is indeed on the brink of being granted priority negotiations. It moots discussions about exclusive talks are nearing a conclusion, albeit this would not necessarily imply the race had been won. This comes after the BBC yesterday denied that Sheikh Jassim had been given sole focus by the Glazers. 9:47 Isaac Johnson hedge fund giants have offered investment amid takeover. Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe are the frontrunners in the United takeover race after going through multiple rounds of bidding. A number of other parties registered their interest ahead of the first deadline in January, although not all made it through to latter negotiation stages. U.S. hedge fund giants Elliott Management were rumored to have offered investment to help the Glazers with debt management, rather than a majority takeover. And The Athletic have today reiterated the claim that Elliott has offered capital. However, it remains unclear whether its offer is still being considered or has made it through all stages of the bidding process. 9:06 Isaac Johnson opinion. Brendan Rodgers comments about Sheikh Jassim should come as a warning. Brendan Rodgers has already warned Manchester United they could become Sheikh Jassim's plaything should his takeover bid for the club should prove successful. The Qatari remains one of the frontrunners to purchase the club along with British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe following the Glazers' announcement that they would consider all strategic alternatives, including new investment into the club, a sale, or other transactions involving the company. That announcement came all the way back in November, with 5 rounds of bidding having since taken place with Sheikh Jassim's self-imposed deadline passing last week. 8:30 Key even Sir Jim Ratcliffe has held face-to-face takeover meetings. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has apparently flown to New York over the past month to hold face-to-face meetings with United representatives to try and push through with a takeover. The Telegraph reports that the Ineos billionaire hopes that this will give him a better chance in the race for a purchase. This comes after a former bidder suggested to the Manchester Evening News that the Rain Group, the U.S. bankers overseeing the process, are operating out of their New York offices, rather than its London location. 8:03 Isaac Johnson United sale still involves several parties despite claims of exclusivity talks for Sheikh Jassim. It seems rival bidder Sir Jim Ratcliffe is still very much in the race. The BBC states that multiple parties are still in negotiations with the Glazers about a takeover. However, that hasn't stopped United's share price rocketing, with valuations hitting a 3-month high yesterday. 7:46 Isaac Johnson Sheikh Jassim's 9-2 registration explained amid speculation. The approval of Sheikh Jassim's 9-2 Holdings Limited as a UK company is not thought to be an indicator of an imminent takeover decision. The company was incorporated by government agency Companies House on Thursday, with Sheikh Jassim listed as one of the directors and an address on Norwich Street in London listed as the foundation's UK residence. News of the registration caused a wave of speculation that the Qatari bid to take over Manchester United had been successful, but multiple subsequent reports stated that it is not linked to a final decision. Paperwork to see 9-2 Holdings Limited registered in the UK was filed months ago, before Sheikh Jassim's last 2 offers. 7:15 Key event: Sheikh Jassim growing in confidence. Takeover will happen. Sheikh Jassim is reportedly encouraged that his Manchester United bid will win the takeover race. Speculation on Thursday sent the stock market into a frenzy, with prices surging to their highest in 3 months. Now, Talksport says the Qatari banker is growing in confidence that a deal can be agreed with the Glazers, tempted by the offer of a full 100% buyout. However, neither he or Sir Jim Ratcliffe have been granted exclusivity, talks with any changeover likely to creep into the start of next season, reports elsewhere say. Kyle Newbold: Glazers could be in charge next season. According to a report from the Daily Mail late on Thursday evening, the takeover of United may still not be complete when the 2023-2024 Premier League season kicks off, casting doubt over clarity for the upcoming transfer market. The Glazers are yet to decide on a preferred bidder, despite reports suggesting Sheikh Jassim had been successful. Even when they do make their decision, it could take another 8 to 12 weeks to finalize the approval process and rubber stamp the takeover. However, the report adds that Erik ten Hag's transfer budget, believed to be around £120 million plus whatever is generated from player sales, will not be affected by the complications. The Dutchman will demand significant investment as he builds a squad fit for a title challenge and Champions League football, and the bureaucracy in finalizing a takeover is not expected to affect those plans, although it leaves fans with the unsavory prospect of kicking off the new season at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers on August 14, with the Glazers still in charge. Kyle Newbold share trading halted. Manchester United's share price skyrocketed to a peak of $26.56 on Thursday afternoon after reports seemed to suggest the Glazers had selected Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani as a preferred bidder. A report from Reuters claimed the Glazers were negotiating granting exclusivity to the consortium led by Sheikh Jassim, which many interpreted as the Qatari billionaire being confirmed as the preferred bidder. The news came shortly after confirmation that Sheikh Jassim's 9-2 Holdings Limited had been certified as a UK company by Companies House, with the banker as a director and an address registered in London. Those two developments combined to send United's share price through the roof, peaking at $26.56 by 3:50 p.m., around the time that the Reuters report was published. Read on here. Kyle Newbold: Sheikh Jassim exclusivity confusion. Manchester United's takeover saga continues to be shrouded in confusion following claims Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani has been granted exclusivity in the negotiations to take over. Current owners the Glazers announced their decision to explore strategic alternatives for the club back in November, with a 7-month wait following that initial statement. 5 rounds of bidding have taken place with several U.S. banking firms, Sheikh Jassim and British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe entering the race to become the next owners of the Old Trafford outfit. The Qatari banker set a deadline for Friday, June 8, after which his 9-2 Foundation said they would no longer actively participate in discussions as they feel the Glazers and Rain Group, which is handling the sale, had had ample time to seek clarifications and revisions to his offer. Now, the Reuters news agency has claimed that Sheikh Jassim has been granted exclusivity and could be set to take the helm at United. But those reports have also been widely dismissed by other outlets. Read the full story here. Kyle Newbold: Morning Reds. Good morning all and welcome to our live takeover blog this Friday. There's plenty to digest, so let's get right to it.